Hey guys, Stephan here with the Mother's Day Corona cooking evening tips. Now, I know not everyone drinks beer, but I recommend if you do drink beer, the way to start the cooking process is to take the beer out of the fridge, then you go find the opener, maybe one like this, and you don't, of course, have to put the beer. Well, this opener is not so effective, but if you don't have to drink it in a glass, but if you like to have a glass, I recommend pouring the beer into the glass like this, and then starting this way. So next we will get the rice cooker down for the rice part of the dinner. This one is the crabs, yeah, with the rice cooker.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Guys, if you have the mug from Marseille, then this is recommended to use for the rice measuring cup. Yeah, really good for rice measuring. Of course, if you have the rice cooker, 2-to-1 is a good ratio with a little bit more water so it doesn't get dried out. I of course like to rinse the rice very thoroughly. Not everyone is a big rice rinser, but Stephan is. Yeah. Yeah, hey guys, with the frozen shrimp, what I like to do is rinse them off with some water, cold water, and then let them defrost for a few minutes before cooking. I like to just cook them in the olive oil with the garlic and maybe some butter and some lemon. Very simple, high heat, so that they don't get rubbery. But I'll let them sit for a few minutes to defrost because these were frozen. I got these at the special Genarian fish market that has the special seafood for Mother's Day, yeah. You can see here we have the loquat harvest which has begun. We will make jam with the sour tangerines. I know that probably in the garden tour you have remembered this one. So now we're at the next stage where we do this loquat harvest jam creation. Hey guys, Stephan back with the asparagus preparation. I like to take off this stiff end depending on how fresh your asparagus are and how long they've been cut. You can see this one needs to be trimmed slightly. Anyway, we take this part off and then we'll saute this asparagus with the olive oil and a little bit of water with the special creation for the Mother's Day, and so on and so forth. First, of course, you have to, I like to put them in the cast iron skillet. Then we can rinse them here with the water. Make sure that they have quickly and thoroughly washing, and then maybe about half an inch of water, and then I put them right on the stove and I will parboil them in water for about 1 minute just to soften them up, and then I will put them aside until everything else is prepared, at which point we will heat them up in the olive oil with high heat. Now, with this one, we are going to make the loquat jam. So of course, the first thing I will do is wash the loquats to get every bit of dirt and debris out of there. And then we will, oh, it's a bit crazy here. But then we will, so we'll start by washing them really well, and we can take this little pieces of stem off if there are any. And we will, of course, take the seeds out and take this little bit on the side there. Every bit has a, this bit is not so good. It's a bit not so tasty and hard. You can see that when you take the seeds out, you also need to remove this bit, like that, like so. So we will do all that individually. But first, we must wash them really well. Oh my, okay. Whew. It's important to begin with the clear work area, which we didn't do today, so have to kind of work around this situation. It's a bit tricky. Yeah. Whew. Hey guys, so yeah, just a bit of boiling with the asparagus. Now I'm going to drain these guys and then put them aside for when everything else is ready, and as I say, I will then heat those up. Now, while the rice is cooking and the shrimp is defrosting, we're working on the loquat jam. And what we do is we just take this little piece out there, and then we take the pits out, and depending on how particular you want to get, you can cut it into some smaller pieces, or you can just throw it into this pot for the cooking. Now, of course, the director sometimes eats loquat while she is filming, but that's okay, that's allowed. We shall see how this loquat jam turns out. We have many loquats, as you see. So what I do is just squeeze out this pit like that and then give it a slice. So we have a bit of a long process. We may be here for, we may be here for a while, but you get a sense of this streamlined production which we're working on. Yeah. Whew, that was a close one. We're working on this as a big surprise dinner for Stephania, but she came in and I was able to distract her with the loquats, so she didn't realize what was happening with the secret Mother's Day surprise dinner with the shrimp and the rice and the asparagus. But in any case, things continue afoot with this loquat production. It may be many hours worth me cutting these, but we shall see. It will be worth it when we distribute this to our gang of loquat jam eaters. This is the yearly production, which usually lasts from May until June, and then we have loquat preserves usually through about December, at which point we have usually eaten up our entire preserve. Now, one thing that I have noticed when I'm working on the loquats is that my mind wanders and I become somewhat self-reflective of the usual how-to video format. And one of the things that Stephan always is interested in is considering how that how-to video fits into this genre. So this is something that I've been thinking about and considering with the loquats. But really, at the end of the day, you only have the performance and the jam. Can't find the mixer for the cocktail.
What cocktail?
This is a bit of a problem because we have this Mother's Day cocktail that we have to make with the mezcal. But I can't find this shaker.
Did you manage to find the shaker?
Yeah, we have the shaker. So now I'm going to freestyle with the improvised Corona cocktail with the mezcal. So what I will do first is fill the shaker with ice. More or less full. Then I will take this shot glass with this one, and you can use the mezcal, and the special someone for whom we're making this, she really likes the grapefruit, so we're going to take this one and we'll give it a quick wash just to be sure. Then we are mid-production with this loquat jam, but we can freestyle and double up with the grapefruit cocktail. And so going to just take this one and then I'm going to squeeze this one. And in this case, I'm going to make about a 1:1 or 1:1.5 ratio with the mezcal and the grapefruit. So, take that and then I will shake this one. You can also really feel it and get some exercise while you're doing it, you know? And then we'll take the special cocktail glass. We'll give it a little rinse. Some people maybe like salt on the rim, but in this case, I'm just going to fill it up with this one, and we can garnish it with a little bit of mint from the garden. So we'll just take this crown here of the mint, give it a quick rinse, and garnish with this one.
No, I can.
So this one, as you can see, it's a very beautiful, simple cocktail. Mezcal with the grapefruit, freshly squeezed grapefruit juice and a bit of mint. That's all you need. Okay, so as you can see, we now have this rice is done. So we are going to fire the shrimp and the asparagus. Start with the shrimp and we'll put it on very high heat. We'll take some olive oil and maybe a bit of garlic, salt, pepper, and then ultimately some lemon, as well as, I'll wait on that one, but we'll get that going too. Now, with this dinner, we like to have the feta cheese and the zug sauce. So, these are two ingredients which I will add to this dinner. I will show you when I plate it.
Oh, hi guys, what's going on?
Nothing? There's not anything to see here. How's the cocktail, by the way?
Delicious.
Pretty good, if I may say so myself. So we have the rice, then we have the shrimp, and we have the asparagus with the Yemeni sauce and the feta cheese. Pretty good for a Mother's Day dinner, right? So in any case, thanks for joining us in the Russian kitchen one more time with Stephan. Russian kitchen? What? No, this is the German kitchen. Anyway, don't forget to subscribe, comment below, and ask us questions. We love hearing from our viewers and listeners. Happy Mother's Day, everyone.